Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Kadash. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles of great millstones, peace, blessings, and honors to all the brothers in this truth. All wickedness is little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. I'm going to let this play, probably about like 5 minutes of it, but this is just going in on the wickedness of a woman.
A couple things. For one, age does matter as a woman, no doubt. However, you're kind of making a mountain out of a molehill as far as what that means for her being able to get a husband. Definitely. Okay. You're blowing it way out of proportion.
Well, let me find out here. How old are you, Kitty?
I'm 29.
Okay, then Kitty, how in the world can you speak for that? You're only 29. You don't have enough experience to speak on this.
Well, for one, I've been married twice to two black men. I've actually been married.
That tells us a lot.
I've been married to two black men who were engineers.
Okay.
And I have experienced a gambit.
So you've had two failed marriages at 29.
Absolutely, yes.
At 20,
yes, I have.
You struck out twice at 29.
Absolutely, yes, I have. That is a huge accomplishment, considering the fact that most black women, 70% will never be married ever in their lifetime. So I accomplished and failed twice. That's something that most black women will never do.
Is it an accomplishment if you got divorced? If you just got divorced, is that really an accomplishment?
Absolutely. Because you know why? Because when you value, for example, if you value entrepreneurship, you're probably going to fail 5, 6, 10, you might even fail 20 times.
Right.
But if you value being an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter how many
but here's the problem, Kitty. But Kitty, here's the problem.
It doesn't matter.
Kitty, you're not a success until you get to 21. Kitty, if you fail at starting a business 3, 4, 5 times, you're not a success until you get to the 6th one. So those previous, you're right.
Kitty, and I value.
I'm hosting my program. Kitty, I'm hosting my program. Let's not do that. You got some real bad.
I can't hear you. There might be a lag.
You can hear me just fine. I can hear myself on Blog Talk. You hear me just fine. Let's not do that.
No, I'm saying there might be a lag on my phone. Is what I'm saying.
I've listened to it on the phone when you all call in. I listen to it before you all get on the line.
Okay.
It works just fine. Let's not do that. That's a real bad look for you. At 29, I can see why certain things have occurred. Let's not do that. Let's do better.
You don't have to hide away from you. I'm the right person to call this show.
Okay,
because you don't have anybody intelligent and someone that's confident enough to come after you.
You're giving your opinions on your failures at 29.
I can keep on going about the points, and I can deconstruct your argument.
Okay,
and I don't have to use any cuss words.
You cannot talk over the host, is what you can't do. You cannot do that. And you look real raggedy to be 29 and behaving like you're 59. That's not a good look. I'm just trying to bring your attention to the fact that you got a real raggedy look right now. You might want to take a moment to improve it because it looks real bad. You sound 29, and this is exactly the type of bitter attitude that me and the previous caller referring to. You're 29, demonstrating why you're twice divorced. No man is going to sit there.
I'm not bitter. I want to get married again. Shoot, I'll run down the aisle. I'm not bitter at all.
Okay.
I can't wait to get married again.
Okay. I imagine you can't.
When you're a woman that can get a man to provide and protect you, you're not bitter.
Kidding. The problem is you're eager to get married, but there are no men eager to marry you.
Exactly. No, there have been men eager to marry me.
Ma'am. You said it right. You admitted it right the first time.
I've been married twice.
You admitted it right the first time.
I've been married twice.
You've been divorced twice.
All right, let me look. All right, let me cook on this, man. Look, he called her. He said that she's acting real raggedly, But let me say this though, right? So let me cook on this. Let me say this. I don't know her personally to say that she's a wicked woman, but some of the things just from a little small conversation, 3-minute, 4-minute conversation that I played shows qualities of a wicked woman, Just like she said, I want to be married again. Why? If you got 2 marriages that failed, your best bet following the law in the Bible is you're supposed to try to go back to your husband and make it work. Rather than getting with another man and you want to get married again, go back to your husband. Really, you supposed to stay with your first husband forever, and make it work with him. But some of the qualities, like, talking over that man, shows that she don't have no fear of man. She feel like she's on the man level. She feels like she could be over a man. She feel like she could compete with a man, because the Lord gave us the law, and the order. So and that's another thing. She doesn't know order, you know. The same way that we supposed to fear the Lord, we not on the Lord's level. We not feeling like we could talk with the Lord and compete with the Lord and be on the Lord's level or stand on the side of the Lord. No, we are under the Lord. So what the Lord tells us, that's what goes. So that's supposed to be the same relationship with the woman to the man, because the woman was created for a man. Matter of fact, let me get it, so it's not just my own words, because this is sensitive topics. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, starting at verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Yahushai. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinance as I deliver them unto you. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua, and the head of the woman is the man. So the man is the head of the woman, and the head of Yahushua is Yahweh. So she's supposed to always come from the standpoint like, look, we're not equal to man. Man is above us. They're the head. The same way that the man is supposed to always come from the standpoint is we not equal to the Lord. The Lord is above us. That's the order that the Lord set up. That's how it always been. If you go back to Adam, Adam had authority over Eve even though she went off. She became a wicked woman, not listening, thinking that she could be on that level. Kind of some of the same traits that we see in this woman, which is a modern day Eve. When you look at when you go down to Abraham, he had control over Sarah, Hagar. He cast out Hagar and his son Ishmael. He had control over that whole situation. When you look at Isaac, he had control over Rebecca. Slocky. Okay, I don't think that's gonna come in. Isaac had control over Rebecca, man. Rebecca had to do some things because the Lord came down via through one of the angels, and gave some commandments and stuff like that. But when you look at Jacob, he had control over all his wives, Rachel, Leah. They moved. He was the head of the household. You see what I'm saying? And that's the way that the Lord set it up. But a wicked woman, really, because we done been run down low, we wasn't following law, statutes, and commandments, and all these curses came upon us. And our women disobeying us is just part of it. Not being ordered. Everything was stripped from us. All our order, all our glory, everything was stripped from us. But you kind of always tell, like, if a woman don't have that fear of a man and she wants to talk and she wants to kind of, like, what they say, snap and put him in his place and feel like she don't need a man, that's a sign of a wicked woman. She been married twice. She should have stayed with her first husband and tried to make it work. Now she's talking about she wants to be married again. She's talking over this man and kind of like competing against him and stuff like that. That's a sign of a wicked woman. Let's get it out the Bible real quick. This is Theatricus, starting at verse 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. So give me any plague. I'll take any other plague, man. I'll take fire and brimstone rather than to take the plague of a wickedness woman. And we all done been there. We know how wicked a woman can be, man. This is just true, In any affliction, but the affliction from them that hate me, and any revenge, but the revenge of enemies. There is no head above the head of a serpent, and there is no wrath above the wrath of an enemy. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. You would rather have a lion rip you up than to keep house with a wicked woman. And obviously, her two husbands felt the same way. You know, they rather they wanted to divorce her. You know, so it's some of the quality. So I say I don't know her personally to say that she's a wicked woman personally, but 2 or 3 witnesses is there because she got 2 husbands as witnesses of divorcing her. You know, and then some of the things she's saying and some of the way she's acting on this show. You know, she's not in order. And she's 29 years old at that. Let's keep going. I'm going to have to run through this because there's a lot. Verse 17, the wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkens her countenance like sackcloth. Right, it changes her face. Now look at this woman's face that's on the screen. You see how her eyebrows are kind of like squint down. You can kind of see like the angry face on her. You see how her mouth look like she's biting her lips from the back, and how her mouth is like she just got done snapping. Look at her arms. Look at her gesture. She's kind of tight. Yeah, it changes her face and darkens to her. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he hears it, shall sigh bitterly. So he around his neighbors, and man, he just going through it. And you be seeing that with a lot of brothers. I remember when we used to go to certain camps. When I used to go to certain camps, man, brothers would be going through it with their women, man. You could kind of see it on them. And that's all they really could speak about and really think about. You know? Verse 19, all the wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. All wickedness is little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. As the climbing of a sandy ways is to feet of the age, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Look, she had full of words when she should have been listening and learning. She talking about something that she couldn't even really speak about when they first started and they was talking about an aged woman. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. Man, you can't be stumbling just because she's pretty and stuff like that, and then you end up getting with a wicked woman. A woman, if she maintaineth her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. A wicked woman abideth the courage, maketh a heavy countenance, and a wondered heart. A woman that would not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. Of a woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Right, going back to Eve. Through the woman became the beginning of sin. You women, you have to eat that. You have to realize that. You know? Now, yeah, she won't comfort her husband in distress. She'd rather leave him and go be an adulteress. You know, times get bad, times get low for her husband, and then she started to kind of get on him. What are you doing? You ain't got nothing. You can't take me here. You can't take me there. I want to go out. And then what happens? She ends up going out with her friends, and then she becomes an adulteress. She go commit adultery with another man. This is a wicked woman, man. Verse 25, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad a bar. And we ain't giving these wicked women liberty. We calling this out. If she go not as thou would have had her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. Right? So Yahweh Shai said you only can let her go for adultery and fornication. There is a difference between adultery and fornication, even though adultery falls under fornication. But fornication is not just adultery. Fornication could be incest. You sleep with your daughter, that's fornication. You see what I'm saying? It's not adultery, but it's fornication. Sleeping with any man's wife is adultery, but certain stuff like if you a man, you sleep with your auntie, or your auntie could be single, never had a man, but you can't sleep with your auntie. You see what I'm saying? You can't sleep with your sister. That's part of fornication. Sexual iniquity. Not to go off on a sidetrack. Because some brothers like to just kind of chalk up fornication and just say it's adultery. Nah, it's a little bit more than just adultery. Adultery plays a big part into it, but it's more than just adultery. But the way that you, in that last verse, if she go not as the thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh, this isn't going against Yahweh Shai, because still the way that a righteous man will have her is to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So if she committing adultery or fornication against you, if she's not doing these things, then you won't have no problem with her. But if she is doing these things and she's breaking law, statutes, and commandments, which goes into fornication too, like the order of the household, then yeah, you could cut her off. right? Let's jump to Ecclesiasticus chapter 26. Let's jump down straight to the point. Verse 15. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace. Okay, no. That's something great to have. Verse 5. Let's start from verse 5. It says, "There be three things that my heart feareth, and for the fourth I was sore afraid: a slander of a city, a gathering together of an unruly multitude, a false accusation, and all these are worse than death." And what does a wicked woman do the most? They accuse you of stuff, and they false accuse you, constantly on you, thinking you doing this, thinking you doing that. They say you're cheating stuff, right? But verse 6 kills that. "But the grief of a heart and the sorrow of a woman that is jealous over another woman." What were you accusing me of cheating for all day? Why are you jealous over another woman? Because technically, man can have multiple women, multiple wives, according to the Bible. Like we said, Abraham had multiple. Jacob had multiple. The Lord, these was righteous men. The Lord loved them. That's why he blessed their seed. I mean, come on. And it's in our law, Deuteronomy 21. If a man has two wives, let's not go into that rabbit hole though. But let's keep going. Verse 7. "And the evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that has hold of her is as though he held a scorpion." So, man, it's like you holding a scorpion and it's stinging you. A drunken woman is a gather abroad, causes great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. I've been there. They not gonna be accountable for anything they do. They not gonna be held. They not gonna want you to hold them accountable. They're not gonna take accountability. They just gonna complain and why. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. We all been there too. That's the reason why you got with her, because you fell for it. And other dudes are gonna fall for it. And she's a whoredom woman and she's sleeping around on you. Let's jump to Proverbs chapter 6. Since we're talking about that, you were caught. Let's start at verse 24. "To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman." See, she caught you. You can't fall from the flattering of the tongue. You at the club, you at the bar. She all up in your ear. She got a little skirt on or a little dress on. But if you give it some time, you see her. She was on old dude ear. Then later on the night, she was on another dude hip. Lust not after her beauty in thy heart. So don't just go off the beauty. You gotta sit down, have a conversation, and see where she really at before you make that choice to get with her. "Neither let her take thee with her eyelids." She kind of stare at you. Give you what we call it today. She's giving you play. It kind of make you feel good. Okay, she giving me play. Look at her. She's staring at me, man. She looking at me, man. She got these long eyelashes on. This, she's kind of flickering them, looking at me. Man, don't fall for that. It says, "For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread." She took everything. What happens when you get married and y'all get divorced? She takes damn near everything. You left with nothing. "And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life." And it's like she's hunting for a man to do this too. Can a man take fire in his blossom and his clothes not be burnt? Yeah, could a man take a wicked woman in his blossom and to be his wife, and he not get crossed? He not get burnt? He not get brung low by that? It's gonna happen, man. Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? Man, these is rhetorical questions, man. "So he that goeth in his neighbor's wife, whosoever touches her, shall not be innocent." Right. And you ain't supposed to commit adultery. So, man, we got to play our part too. Don't sleep with another man's wife. So we can stop giving these women liberty to move around and do that. Nah, if you his wife, you stuck with him, shorty. Nah, I ain't going to touch you. You see what I'm saying? So now she ain't got nowhere to go anyways. But we don't move like that, but we coming back to it, I'll let a little bit more of this play and I'm going to close it up.
Damn right. No,
okay, thank you. No,
I've been divorced twice.
Say it correctly.
One annulment.
Say it correctly.
One divorce.
Say it correctly. You have not been married twice. You have failed at marriage. You have 2 failed marriages.
You're absolutely right.
You have yet to prove that you can succeed at marriage.
Well, who knows? It might take 10 marriages.
We're looking at you right now.
If you're going to be that way, then tell...
It may take 10 marriages. Man, talk about an adulterous woman.
The entrepreneurs, listen, your second restaurant failed. You're not good enough to be an entrepreneur. Your dreams will never happen.
No, ma'am. No, I'm saying that they cannot. You cannot claim that you're a successful entrepreneur until you actually succeed.
I didn't say I was successful.
Okay, no, then you cannot talk about what you're gonna do, what you might be able to do in the future. We can only give you credit for what you've actually done.
Relating back to the elect, you can't say that's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. You can't say you elect until you actually succeed in being elect. So we gonna see. And same thing with you Christian churches. You can't claim that you're saved until you're actually saved. You see what I'm saying? So we gonna see. Side note.
And I said what I did. I had 2 divorces. I absolutely
we don't give entrepreneurs credit for what they hope to do. We give them credit for what they succeed at.
To have 2 divorces would imply that 2 men had to choose me out of every woman that they know. They had to stand before me and God and our family and friends, and they had to announce that they wanted to marry me.
And how that?
It means that 2 men fell for you. They fell for the trick, and then they got up out of there. And it means that depending on what happened, you know, she's an adulteress, you know, and it just means that he gonna say it.
How did that turn out?
Exactly.
I didn't get left twice. I got divorced twice.
We judge you by results. What were the results of those marriages?
Yeah.
We judge you by results.
My relationships were legitimate relationships.
Okay, how did they end?
Divorce me.
How did they end?
Want to leave.
Okay, and how did they end up? Because we only judge results. How did it result out?
In divorce. Divorce.
Okay,
because unlike most black women, if you want to lay with me and you want to leave, there's going to be paperwork involved.
And that's all that matters.
There's going to be paperwork involved if you want to leave me.
That's all that matters.
And you see how she's kind of boasting about, there's going to be paperwork involved if you want to leave me. This is what Proverbs just got done talking about. Why? Because she's going to take everything you got. There's going to be hella paperwork. You got to pay lawyers. You got to go back and forth to court. Mediation. If you want to leave her, there's going to be paperwork involved. Just like Proverbs 6 again. Verse 26, for by means of a harsh woman, a man is brought low to a piece of bread. And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Any precious life he got, she going to take it. Anything he got, she going to take it. It's a wicked woman.
Matters. That's all that matters. Thank you. Your results are all that matter. So you're talking about...
And furthermore, when it comes to the topic of the show, the age thing is extremely dismissive to women. I want all the women in the audience to listen to what this man said.
Yes, listen to what I have to say.
What he's saying is...
Proverbs chapter 7, verse 11. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. I mean, look. She is loud and stubborn. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Say salvation to the elect. Shalom. Man, look, shalom to all the righteous women too.